Alright, back again. This is your boy A-Pep. I'm back again. Let me see. I turn on this light. I'll just turn on the green for now. So, today I'm going to give y'all some basic tips. And basically I'm going to go into deific masks and statues and why we use them. You know, there's a big misunderstanding. A lot of dumbasses think that you're worshiping the statue. Maybe there is some people doing that. But on the dark path, the left-hand path, or the inner path, we don't do that. You know what I'm saying? It's just like when we have a statue like Anubis. The characteristics of a dog is communication. They can see spirits. That's why they be barking at shit where other people don't see it. You know what I'm saying? And it represents protection. You know what I'm saying? Just like the people have guard dogs. They have watchdogs. Police have dogs. Some people that if you try to break into their house or walk into the fence, they have a dog that will protect them. They have people that are blind and they have a dog with them because it symbolizes protection. So when you have different statues such as this or whatever, or statues like Sekhmet from Kemet or Timeri and Pazuzu from ancient Babylon, basically they're almost like a sign. So basically when you work with these energies, they represent something that you unlocking within yourself. You got multiple personalities. That's why you got an angry attribute, a sexual attribute, an intellectual attribute. You have a attribute that wants to eat. There's different attributes to yourself. You know what I'm saying? So that's what the ancients actually understood. And another thing is like Sekhmet here. Now Sekhmet, this is a warrior energy. So it could be physical warfare, psychological warfare, and Sekhmet is great for removing obstacles. And when she removes obstacles, these are the obstacles that it might not be what you want. It could be the thing that you don't want to do. You know what I'm saying? That you don't want to do. So that's what Sekhmet deals with. But she's also dealing with the heat, and she's dealing with the sun, and she's dealing with the backbone, which is the root chakra. You know, and her stone is granite. Next we have is Pazuzu. Pazuzu is another protector. He's a demon of the south winds. You know what I'm saying? I like saying south side winds, but you know, the demon of the south winds. And basically, he deals with protection. And he also has the as above, so below. You know, and you got the X. You know what I'm saying? See, when you got the X, you're dealing with the four, with the sacred geometry. You got the four elements. You know. And it's the symbol of Doth too, because the X is a Asar and it's dealing with death. That's why you got skull and crossbones. Now, when you have these energies, now if you believe that shit on the external aspect, then the external aspect would be you using this like as a sign. So you have a sign on your house and it says beware of dogs, or when the government has a sign that says no trespassing, or you have a sign that says stop. Basically, each of these is like a sign for the energies that you unlocking on the inside of yourself. You just don't want to unlock or just have any random fucked up energy that comes your way. You know what I'm saying? If you had Uncle Ruckus or Uncle Tom or Adolf Hitler and stuff like that, that might be a different person than they were when they dead. But if they're not, you don't want to pull that fucking energy around you. You know what I'm saying? If that's not the energy you working with, you know what I'm saying? You know, if you Malcolm X, you don't want to pull Uncle Ruckus. You know what I'm saying? That's going to work against you. So you use the statue, and the statue is just it's like a sign. So it's just like a sign for the energies and spirits that you're working with to know these are the type of spirits that I want around my domain. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with a Christian. The Christian has angels because that's what the type of shit that they want around their domain. They don't want Baphomet in their shit, which that's just a symbolic. That's not really a spirit. But by in the day, that's what they are. And I'm gonna give y'all some energies I basically worked with. You know what I'm saying? For a while. So the first one I'm gonna get into is the Tengu. This is where you get the concept of Pinocchio. You know what I'm saying? The Tengu. And the Tengu, you can look it up in mythology. So look the shit up. Tengu. Tengu. Gu, Tengu, Japanese mythology. Now, if you look into Tengu, if you actually work with this in sorcery, what I found out it's great when I work with this energy. I have a strong drive to exercise, martial arts kicks in. Like I start studying martial arts. If you want to study martial arts or any type of martial arts, you can work with this particular spirit, and it's great great for visions when you work with the pineal gland. If you put the Tengu at the south, you know what I'm saying, and get you, let me see where the card is at. I have it right here. It's out of the Damon Tarot. Okay, so I turn this up. Rabisu. You know what I'm saying? The daemon or the demon of thunder. You know what I'm saying? And thunder, when you're doing thunder magic, you're dealing with weather, but also before you deal with the weather, you're dealing with healing your emotions. You're dealing with healing yourself. You know what I'm saying? And thunder and lightning is actually a purifier. It cleanses the air. You know what I'm saying? I thought it cleansed the water, but that's a whole different story when I drunk the thunderstorm. That wasn't a good experience, so I wouldn't advise you to do that shit. But other than that, thunder and storms, they bring change. You know what I'm saying? Just go outside when it thunders and when the lightning is out, especially when the lightning is out, and just breathe the air and realize the difference, how fresh the air is compared to the heat and the cold and all of that. You'll see a big difference. But you can use this. This one is great for the pineal gland. It's great for visions and stuff like that. And I use this one. This is another one called the Kitsune out of Japanese mythology as well. You know what I'm saying? It has different names like Daijing in China. And I forgot the name of the Tamone or some shit like that in Korea. But now working with this energy, the fox represents a spirit of cunning. You know what I'm saying? The art of cunning. Also, the art of creativity. You know what I'm saying? It's a creative force. You know what I'm saying? That's why the fox is associated with orange. When it's red, it's associated with passion. White, wisdom, and the I forgot what the gray one was. But I worked with this, and my dreams became very vivid, and my creativity and my scrying worked really well. And what I learned was that to create something, you have to destroy something. And when you destroy something, you're actually creating something. You know what I'm saying? It's a cycle of nature. You know, there's no beginning and there's no end. But I use the Tengu and this as the counterpart. I use this one as the female and this one as the male. So, you know, that's basically what I use for these particular two. And next, I will have to... Oh, I forgot about the card too that I used for that one for the Damon Tarot. Okay, I'm gonna go get the card right quick because my noodles was on the stove and shit. But next is Iranami. So this is why I used the Iranami, which is the Prince of Death, also connecting with the Titans. I use that for the Kitsune, but it could be male or female. Remember, the energies are just whatever, how they come to you. But this is a very interesting energy to work with too, when you're dealing with the science of death. And the Kitsune is great with necromancy and stuff like that. So, and it deals with illusions. So, it's very interesting too. You know what I'm saying? If you're able to harness, if you deal with, just like if you're a god of war, you can stop a war. You don't just start it, but you can stop one, because you're the god of war. If you dealing with illusions, you can remove illusions. You know what I'm saying? So next we have is our friend here, the Oni. I'm gonna have to get the other card. I forgot to get the other one. we work with the Oni, and you got a little Oni mask. So we have the Oni, and we know that we're gonna even talk about the COVID-19. For the last time, the government always be fucking lying. I don't know why people keep. But this is the Oni mask right here, and with the Oni mask, you know, basically I was working with the Oni. It's a spirit of Mars. It deals with storms. It deals with the science of shape-shifting, and when you hear the term shape-shifting, it's talking about change. How you able to change and adapt to your environment. Then you also have this card. I don't know if y'all can read it, but it's Ouroboros. Ouroboros. It's from the Lucifer Tarot deck. I don't know. It's not on Amazon any fucking more, but I work with this card, and I put a yellow altar with the Oni, and it worked really well with the solar plex. The solar plexus energy. So, you know, astral projection and willpower, you know, removed a lot of addictions. I use iron for the Oni. Like I said, that's dealing with Mars. That's also connecting to Heru, because you have the red and the blue with the Oni. And, you know, red, when the Oni has the two horns, you know what I'm saying, that's also the brainstem when it's red. And the two horns is also the brainstem again, because that's the Akashic records. So you got the red and the blue. And another thing is that it's also a symbol for the pineal gland. You know, so the Onis are multi-layer symbolism. When you work with these darker energies, they're multi-layer symbolism. You know what I'm saying? And these are not going to be comfortable energies that you're going to work with. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be kind of tough. So you just keep working with it. You know what I'm saying? You keep pushing. You know. So like I said, Oni, removing obstacles and stuff like that. And that's what I use with the Oni. Next you have is the Kojio, or the Hania, which is the female counterpart. This is a very, very one. This is the one I really, really, really like working with. When I was doing this, when I worked with this one, I was attracting mates like 3 or 4 different times in one day. Now the bad thing about it is I'm not really into a relationship. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to do no relationship. You know what I'm saying? I'm a hit and run type of person. So it's like, so basically the best way I could describe this energy is like, it seemed like it was a combination of Heteru, Sekhmet, and there was one more, but I was trying to think of the name of it. Ah man, it didn't come to me yet, because it was like 3 things. But basically it's a war type of energy too. This energy will kick ass, you know what I'm saying? It's a war type of energy. You know, that's why I got kicked off my job too. But it's a really great, I'm not blaming it, but I should have learned how to harness the energy. You know, you could work with it. Working with it, you could use Jinn. You could use Jinn to work with it. You don't even have to use drugs or whatever. You can use and when I say gin, I'm talking about like you drink and you spit into it, or you could just take a sip, not the whole bottle, and just meditate. Another way you could do it is like if you put this energy with a red hag, and you draw a picture of both of them, and light a red candle and go to sleep. Watch, you'll see what happens. You know what I'm saying? And one thing I like about this energy is that I had more of a hunger for spiritual knowledge. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those type of energies. So it's kind of related to Lucifer in some way. Yeah, that was the third one. Now I remember. It was related. It kind of reminded me of Lucifer, Sekhmet, and Heteru into one. You know what I'm saying? So it's a very interesting energy. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of why I like to put it with the Oni. And there's something that I like to call the 4-corner rituals that I made myself. Basically, I just get me some myrrh and some dragon's blood incense. Myrrh, incense, and dragon's blood. Over here in Walmart. And basically what I did is, you can rearrange the altar the way you want to, but if you have like a table, I put them on 4 different corners. The Tengu, the Kuji, or the Hania, Ona. Then you got the Kitsune, then the Oni. And I'll work with that. And it's a very interesting energy. It actually works really well. I'm still learning more about it. It's like my scrying, my clairvoyance, and I'm able to tap into my meditation a lot stronger. And another thing I'll have to say is that working with those energies, that was pretty much it. Next I have to get into is the clip off, and I might do that another time, or should I do it for this? We could do it for this video. Okay, so with the clip off, what I realized is that you flip the clip off upside down. You know how people go up the tree of the Kabbalah? Well, the clip off, if you start at the crown or at the pineal if you want to, but if you start at the crown and you vibrate Nahemoth, Lilith, and you got two hidden other Sifras in between, under Samael and Bel is Rahu and Ketu. A lot of people don't know that. That's the black sun and the blood moon and stuff like that. And you got Thoth. Thoth is the one that most people are familiar with. That's the third Sifra that's hidden. But just go back and look at the Tree of Life. Go look at Tree of Life and go look at the clip off of the Kabbalah, and you see that there's Sifras missing. So basically you vibrate Nahemoth, Rahu, Ketu, Lilith, Baal, Samael, Bel, Belphegor, Asmodeus or Asmodei, don't matter how you pronounce it, Ashtaroth or Ashtaroth, Death, Saturel, Beelzebub, Molech, and Shaitan. You know what I'm saying? And you vibrate that. Besides putting them at Shaitan and Molech at the head, and basically, I was gonna say how I do it. I put Nahemoth at the crown, Rahu and Ketu is on the pineal. At the throat, I put Lilith, and at the Bel and Samael at the heart area. At the solar plex, I will put Belphegor. At the sacral, I put Asmodeus and Ashtaroth, which is very interesting because the sacral is associated with the wealth, but it's also associated with sexuality, which is very interesting. And emotions, and Mars is dealing with aggression. But then right at the root chakra, I'll put death. You know what I'm saying? I put death at the root. You know what I'm saying? Then, because I'm merging Thoth with the physical, because the root is the physical realm, so I'm merging Thoth with the physical. So basically, that's what I do for that. Then for the knees, the chakras at the knees, the brown chakra, I put Saturnel and I will put Beelzebub. Then at the feet, at the bottom of the feet, which is what I like to call the shadow chakra, I will put Molech and Shaitan. So, gotta spit again. But I'm spitting and jugging, not on my floor. But I ain't have to prove that anyway. But so that's one aspect of the energy that I work with, and it's very, very interesting. Now, when you wake up in the morning, you're gonna feel a strong sexual energy, but learn how to harness that, and you just keep going inward. Make it into addiction. Just keep going inward. Keep going inward. Keep going inward. You know what I'm saying? And sooner or later, the clairvoyance gonna open up. Be creative. Be creative with your drawings, your sigils. Draw your own sigils. And work with your own energies. And like I said, these energies are energies. These energies are actually formulas that reside within the body. These are formulas. So you got different formulas that are associated with different things. Like I said, Sekhmet is the backbone. Some people say the backbone is Set. Set is the backbone, but he's also the spine. That's why when you look at Set's staff, you see the head and you see the spine. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with Ptah. You see the head and you see the spine. Same thing with a Haruman. When he's holding up his book and he has a snake wrapping around him, the lion is the head, and his body with the snake wrapping around is the spine, is the Kundalini energy that's rising up. It's also known as the Uraeus. It's also known as sexual energies. It's also known as heat waves and stuff like that. Some people call it global warming or whatever the fuck they want to call it. But it's the energy that goes up your spine. You feel that, it's not always hot. It could be cold too. You drink a lot of water in the winter and you meditate, you're going to feel the chills go up. You know what I'm saying? You might not even have to meditate. So basically, that's why I just wanted to give it to you. Just some basic techniques. So like I say, I just like those 4 on each corner. The Oni, the Kitsune, the Kojiona, and the Tengu. And just see the results for yourself. They work pretty well. I really enjoy working with it. And another combination I would like to do is if you want to work with necromancy, I will advise you to, like as a trinity, you can mix your trinities. Another thing is, if you're working with energies, you want the doors to be more potent, put a female energy with a male energy. Don't matter what culture it is. You could just experiment with them. And if they don't work well with you, or if they ain't potent, then you just throw it away, then you just use something else. You know what I'm saying? Or you could just switch it up. You know what I'm saying? Switch something else up. You know what I'm saying? And don't be stagnant. So one is that you can put Anubis, then you got Sekhmet, then we got Pazuzu. So that was the father, mother, and son. And that's is a very great working when it comes with necromancy. Because once again, you have Pazuzu being the air, you know what I'm saying? And he also deals with the abyss. He's the king of demons. That's the subconscious mind. We have Sekhmet. She's the backbone, but the sun is also the pineal. So you have the dark and you have light. You know what I'm saying? In male and female, it could be vice versa. But the dark and the light, you know what I'm saying? Then you have the gateway to the dead. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? Anubis is the subconscious mind. So if you want to open up the subconscious mind, you could deal with Anubis, or you could deal with more like energies like Papagede or Death. And what was that other one? Man, oh yeah, Asar and Asar. You know what I'm saying? So when you work with the darker energies of the clip off, you're actually unlocking, I don't want to say powers, but you're unlocking your potential, different aspects of your potential. So when you're dealing with Nahima, you're dealing with the earth, you're dealing with nature and stuff like that. When you deal with Rahu, you're dealing with the black sun. You know what I'm saying? Your shadow. When you're dealing with Ketu, the blood moon, you're dealing with the I might have got them two mixed up. So go back and do your own research. Damn, I missed the fucking jug. Wipe that shit up, but that's why you don't prove no shit. Because when you try to prove some shit, this shit, nah, I ain't gonna even get in that. It might be superstitious. I don't know. I just don't fucking know. But by the end of the day, I'm like so you got the blood moon. It seems like it showed me the things that were like traumas, things that made me angry, and I had to learn how to confront that stuff. Then you have Lilith, the moon. Now the moon is dealing with the emotions, is dealing with eroticism, and is dealing with the subconscious as well. You know what I'm saying? The black moon as well. She's dealing with the black moon, and she's dealing with the emotions and the sexual energy. Then you got Mercury. Mercury's dealing with communication. Samael's dealing with communication. So, you know, communication is not just getting on the phone, magazines, TV, or talking to somebody or throwing up hand signs. Communicate. You can use Samael to work with the dead. You know what I'm saying? That's another thing. A lot of people don't think of communication in that way. So Samael is great for working with the dead. Then you have Bell. Bell is dealing with creativity. That's what Venus is all about. It's about the creativity. It's about your intuition. You know what I'm saying? So that's what Bell is dealing with. So then you have the Belphegor, the black sun. Now that, which is another form of the black sun, but it can also be the sun as well. But Belphegor, what I learned is that, man, working with Belphegor and if meditating and you vibrating Belphegor, you can actually enhance your visions and astral project. You know what I'm saying? Soul travel. You know what I'm saying? So that's what you could do with Belphegor. Now, if it doesn't work for you, throw it away. Like I said, then I'm not gonna go into detail because, like I said, that's my own subjective reality. You don't know if I'm lying or not. You know what I'm saying? So next is Asmodeus. Asmodeus is dealing more with anger, lust, and war, and you can use that energy to remove obstacles in your life. So if you have a drug addiction or laziness, see, that's why I'm using Asmodeus is for to remove laziness. So I forced myself to clean up, but I didn't just force myself to clean up. I forced myself to exercise too. You know what I'm saying? So that's another thing. So that's another thing I deal with. You know, yes, spiritually I'm not lazy, but physically I can be. So what I did is I'm fighting that, and I'm still working with that, and it's paying off. Now a starf is great with growth and benefit and invisibility. Invisibility means learning how to not draw attention to yourself, learning how to blend in. You know what I'm saying? I learned that even from my dad. My dad used to tell me, blend in, bro, blend in. You know what I'm saying? And I'm starting to learn that, and I'm understanding where he's coming from. Learn how to blend around your environment. You don't have to be dictated by the way the thinking of your environment, but you learn how to blend in. Now death is dealing with transformation. That's the next one. Now death is really, really great. Oh, I forgot. If you're into supreme mathematics, sacred geometry, a starf is the energy to work with. I know people debate if starf is a male or a female. When I work with it, I'm not going to even go into description because it came to me as a male and it could come to me as a female too. It depends what color I use. I'm just going to say this, and I'm not going to go into the experience no furthermore. When I use blue, it came to me as a female. When I use copper, it came to me as a female. When I use green, it comes to me as a male. And when I use red, it comes to me as a male. So that's just the way it came to me. But it's coming from something on the inside of you. That's why when you dream, you could dream of people and all that shit. You could do that with the spirits. You're pulling the spirits from that dream realm into here. That's what you're dealing with sorcery, with the symbols. You know what I'm saying? And there will be a time when you don't have to use statues. We're not praying to a statue. Or all that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? We ain't praying or go, yee, or ma, or whatever. You ain't praying to the shit. You know what I'm saying? You just light up the candle. You know what I'm saying? You could do affirmations. That's what invocations and conjuring really is. You're using affirmations. And I'm getting off track, but let's get back to where I was. So death is dealing more with the subconscious mind. So if you want to reprogram the subconscious mind, that's what you work with. And death is also dealing with change, so you won't become stagnant. Saturn's great. Saturn's a chastiser, and it whoops you in shape. Saturel, and it deals with restriction. So just like if you like let's say now I'm gonna be honest. I remember I used to I gotta think of something. I gotta go back. Something I was addicted to. Oh, sugar. But I didn't really use Saturn for that. I got that off of that myself. You know what I'm saying? But if you're addicted to something, you can use Saturn. You can use Mars and Saturn. You know what I'm saying? I will use Saturn, Mars, and I'll use Asmodeus, Saturn, and Death if you want to combine it like that. You bring on the change, you remove the damn obstacle with Mars, and Saturn will restrict you from that shit. You know what I'm saying? So you could deal with that. But Saturn is a very interesting planet to work with. It's great with necromancy as well. It deals with restriction. It deals with patience. It's a very strong energy. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people can't handle it. A lot of people don't like using Saturn. Next is Beelzebub. Now Beelzebub is a very interesting energy. It's great for clairvoyance, but drink lots of water. You know what I'm saying? I would say 2 or 3 jugs. And also sleep. Just go to sleep. Just keep going to sleep. Just keep going to sleep. And if you can't drink 3 jugs and your stomach is hurting or you can't go or you feel like you want to drown or some shit, don't do it. Okay? But Beelzebub is great with dreams. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you get a big green quartz and you put that shit next to you when you're sleeping. I'm telling you, man, that shit is the bomb. But drink water and make sure you don't eat before you go to sleep. I would say at least let yourself stay up at least 1 hour after you eat. At least 1 hour. You know what I'm saying? And drink your water, then go to bed. You know what I'm saying? In the dark. No TV, no night lights. You might can use these type of lights if this work, but at first I would recommend the dark. So use that or meditate before you go to bed. You know what I'm saying? You know, this is a technique I learned from somebody. Y'all probably know who he is, but I'm not going to say his name. But you can use Thom. You can say Thom, you can say Om. You know what I'm saying? Or you could use the heart chakra. Oh, or Yam. Or that Mayan word for heart. Oh. Or you could use Ba or Ka. You can vibrate that. That's what I do. And you can also remember your dreams working with that Neptune energy because it's dealing with the water. You know what I'm saying? So it's great, especially if you're working with Beelzebub and you're in front of mirrors and you're doing affirmations. That's also a form of shadow magic because the shadow and reflection is one and the same. Next you have is Molech and Samael. Molech and Shaitan. Shaitan means adversary. So you constantly going through battles, you constantly fighting, and you know that cipher is associated with Uranus. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes Neptune, depends on the pantheon. It could be interchangeable, but I use it in the form of Uranus. And Uranus represents unexpected change, massive change. It deals with that's what it deals with. So before you change the world, you have to change yourself. And working with Shaitan as being the adversary, you know what I'm saying? As I'm constantly fighting and fighting and fighting, not being controlled by religion, not being controlled by any drug, not being controlled by, I can't say any drug, I ain't do every goddamn drug, but not being controlled by drugs, not being controlled by sweets, not being controlled by my own dictated by my own ego. You know what I'm saying? Yes, your ego is gonna pop up once in a while, and it's gonna take, you know what I'm saying? We all slip up at times, but it's about constantly fighting. You're constantly fighting, and it's not about physical fighting. Is in here, and that's also what Asmodeus is also dealing with as well. You're constantly fighting. Basically, your will is not being broken. You know what I'm saying? Your will is not being broken, and you're going back into your spiritual self, back into your inner darkness. So when you work with these energies, especially darker energies, close your eyes and meditate. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta hum. You can close your eyes and just do that. Just do that shit. You know what I'm saying? Just that simple. So that's what I have to pretty much say. And like I said, I worked a lot with the shadow people when I had, like I said, a friend here. You know what I'm saying? I worked with Anubis, opener of the subconscious, guide of the underworld, the guide of the subconscious. So if you're traveling in the subconscious, you clip, I like to call it clip off traveling. That's what I do a lot. You got Sekhmet, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, the heat wave, the Kundalini, then we got Pazuzu. Like I said, you gotta learn how to master yourself, and you got to learn how to step out the comfort zone. If this ain't the path for you, then it ain't. And this ain't about worship. These represents energies that reside within you. You know what I'm saying? And you can even create your own energies. Some people create SpongeBob. Some people create Mortal Kombat. You know what I'm saying? That's actually an energy that you can create. You can use that energy. You know what I'm saying? But to sit there and worship the energy, no, you're stupid. You're really stupid. You know what I'm saying? If you worship Satan or Jesus or whoever the hell it is, you know what I'm saying? That's not the occult. That's just religion again. You know what I'm saying? These are just formulas. Go, if you want to understand these formulas, I will highly recommend this book if you don't live around nature. Damn, I ain't got it. I don't know what the hell is it. But it's called the Dictionary of Mythical Animals. The Dictionary of Mythical Animals and Creatures. So it'll get into mythical animals, but it'll go into every single animal that you see on the street. You know what I'm saying? That you see out here, except for the possum. I don't know how the hell they forgot the damn possum. But it'll go into the animal, the rat, the pig, the lion. It goes into all the symbolism. Then after you go and study that symbolism, you can watch an Animal Channel or whatever, or you can, if you live in an environment where you're around animals, study the animals around your environment and understand their behavior, and you'll understand that that's what you're triggering when you're unlocking the energy within you. So, for example, the mockingbird. The mockingbird is just like Horus. It's a warrior type of energy. I see it go and it'll attack the crow, try to attack my cats. It will protect it. It'll protect its young. You know what I'm saying? That mockingbird, man. That mockingbird is a badass. You know what I'm saying? Just like the alligator. When I observed the alligators in the swamp, they're very tactic. They're very cunning, but they're very quiet and they're settled. They know how to blend in. You know what I'm saying? And that's the characteristics that you're working with when you're working with that symbol. And water also symbolizes the dreams, and it symbolizes melanin. So that's what the alligator also represents, and it also represents duality, because the alligator jumps out the water, then he pulls you in. So that's a push and a pull, just like the scales of my yacht, where they had the crocodile. You know what I'm saying? And the alligator's green. You know what I'm saying? The alligator's green. So we know that's dealing with the heart. Same thing with the dog. The dog is not same thing with the dog, but the dog, if you look at the dog is actually a symbol of protection. Like I said, just like I explained. But the dog is also a symbol of communication. Don't they bark and run their mouth? Yap, 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 yap. Roo, 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 roo. While a wolf would just come up and tear your ass up. And the wolf could symbolize loyalty because they work together in a pack. You know what I'm saying? It also represents the pack mentality. You know what I'm saying? The lion is a warrioristic energy. The female lion, she hunts and she destroys her prey, and she brings it back to the doggone male lion, and they all eat. You know what I'm saying? So that's also a protector too. You know what I'm saying? That's a warrior right there. You know what I'm saying? And Pazuzu, our friend Pazuzu, is a combination of shit. He could be a cat, a dog. I also was working with the energy. I found out that was on the internet too years prior. So that's why I kind of hate it when you get like a channel and you be like, man, I want to say it, but I be like, no, I don't know if it's valid. Then like 2 or 3 years later, somebody says the same shit. You be like, damn, I would have been the first one to say that. But fuck. But Pazuzu is also the moth man. You know what I'm saying? What do moths do? They go near light. Light represents illumination. It represents wisdom. You know what I'm saying? So there you go. You know what I'm saying? So you just take this symbol and you use the symbol what it means to you. You know what I'm saying? And you go and study what it meant back then as well. You know what I'm saying? Just like you look at McDonald's. When you see McDonald's, you think about, when you see the ba 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 ba, you think of McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? They're using a symbol. They just program your subconscious. So when you're using sorcery, you taking those symbols back and you program it the way that you wanted to program it. You know what I'm saying? Let's say somebody used a heart to represent murder or whatever, you know what I'm saying, or suicide thoughts, and people feel that way now. You know what I'm saying? It represents love in society. To me, it don't mean love. You know what I'm saying? That's not. It symbolizes the root chakra. It symbolizes the backbone. I don't even call it the heart, because you flip the heart upside down as a spade. You know what I'm saying? It's a spade. You know what I'm saying? But you can flip it back down. You know what I'm saying? But the heart is the backbone. That heart symbol is the backbone. That's the root chakra. That's dealing with sexuality as well, because you flip it, it looks like a butt. When you flip it one way, you flip it another way, it looks like the breasts. You know what I'm saying? So it just is a sexual symbol. You know what I'm saying? But for me, when I use the heart, if I want to use it, I'll use it for the root chakra. And the root chakra comes online. I just work with it. You know what I'm saying? So that's what you do. And I guess that's pretty much it. So y'all be safe. Whoa dash.